Hi everybody, it's 2 o'clock on National Scrapbooking Day, and this is my third project. It is the triangle explosion box. So we have a little triangle here, and then you open it up. Personal message here, and then you go like that. Pretty cute. Alrighty, and there are kits available, and there will be a link to follow. So in the kit, you're going to get full instructions showing you where to score. Actually, it's already scored. Yeah, we already scored it for you. And then we have the two pieces for the cover. And those are my pictures. And then you get a whole sheet of tags. I don't have it here because I cut it up, but you get an entire sheet of tags. So there's lots of tags for you to use to make some more. Okay? Alrighty. So the scoring is all done for you, but I will score right now. Okay, I'm going to score at 4 and 8 all around. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I have some diagonal scoring to do. And I like to use the back of my Misty for that. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Selena. I like to use the back of my Misty because it's foam and it allows me to do the diagonals. So as you can see here in the instructions, we're going to be doing diagonal on the four corners. So I'm going to just lay my ruler from where these score lines intersect. And I've got a score line there. I'm going to use my stylus. Okay. And then the next one, so I'm doing it in all four corners. And again, this is the back of my Misty, but it provides a really nice soft surface so that I can get hi Josie. And there we go. All right, so now I've got, can you see those? I've got these diagonals. Now, what I'm going to do here is I am going to mark the halfway point, which is 2. So I'm just going to put a little nick there. I don't know what happened to my paper there. Okay, and then I'm going to go from this point to this point. Okay, and this is all on your diagram. There we go. And then I'll do the same for this one. Now we're only doing 2 of the squares like this. We're leaving 2 with nothing. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to cut, and it's in your diagram here, these blue lines. We're cutting off the corners, all 4 corners. Yeah, I use it all the time for things like that. Alrighty. So I'm going to go from the top of the score line, and cut that off. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. There we go. All right, so now you have this. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this. So I have the blank one that has no score line is at the top and one at the bottom. There's no score lines in here. This is the triangular score lines, and these are the corner score lines. And we want to fold and burnish on all of the score lines. You want these to go to the center. All right, so I'm going to push that to the center, and I'm pushing all 4 corners to the center. So I'm doing it to the inside. Okay. So now once I've got them going, I'm just going to take my bone folder and just go over top of them. They go right in like that. Okay. Alrighty. All right, now these I'm going to fold these back so that they push in. See that? So we'll do that. I pushed a little hard on this. Okay, so now when we push these in, push them in. And once you do it once, they'll just automatically go. Okay. And there we go. So now it's a triangle. Okay. Just going to crease these sides really good. And there it is. And then you just take these and fold them in, and then the sides come up. Okay, and there's your triangle. All right, now we need to make the cover. So we're going to take these 2 pieces, fold this one in half. All the measurements are on the handout. This one is just 1/2 inch longer. Okay. So now I'm going to put the 2 bottoms together. Okay. So we have the 2 bottoms just on to the right of the score line so that it folds nicely. And then I'm going to put some tape on this 1/2 inch section and then fold it up into a triangle. And just line that up and fold it over. Okay, so there's my cover. So again, I'm going to take this, fold the sides in first, and then the other. And then it fits like that. Okay? Alrighty, now let's decorate. Alright. Now some of the kits have the flower in them, and some of them have the bumblebees, so you can choose which one, or just maybe make a note which one you want. But we just made both. Okay, so I'm going to put this one onto this little mat, and this is going on the front. Whoops. This is going on the front of my cover. And I'll do the other one. And I'm going to put this on the other side. Okay. All right. Now this one, I'm going to take these pieces, these two pieces, and I am going to cut them diagonally. All right, so let's cut them diagonally. And then I'm going to cut them in half. And I'm going to do the same on this one. All right. Now what we're going to do with these little triangles, we're going to put them in these corners. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to move it to this one, and we'll put some more. There we go. Okay, and next one. go. And I'm going to turn it again and put the last one on. So there is our decorative corners. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our pictures on. Now this picture I do not need to cut. This is my granddaughter. Don't need to cut that. Or that. But these ones I will cut. All right. So I show you on here, right here, on how to cut them. So this is where the halfway point is, as you can see here. So that's where I want to cut it, all right? So I'm just going to take my pencil and mark that halfway point. And then I'm going to cut from that mark down to this corner. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay. So now I will put them all together. Now I'm using this as a birthday little explosion box. Their birthdays aren't until the summer. So I've got them made in plenty of time. So I did one for my grandson and one for my granddaughter. Their birthdays are just a week apart. Okay, so there's that one. And now this one, I'm going to be having my halfway point right here, which is easy to see. So I'll bring back, you just want to make sure they're in the right positioning. So place your pictures where you want them, and then that will decide your cutting points. My granddaughter used to have blonde hair and she dyed it black. Usually they do the opposite. They like their blonde hair, but she didn't want blonde hair. Those teenage years. There we go. And then this one, I don't have to do anything to. So it's just going right in here, as is this one. So there's all my pictures. Now in the center here, I've got 3 tags. I don't know where my other tag went. I'll have to find it. But on the back of these tags, you can do a personal sentiment. All right. So I'm putting on this one, you make life sweet. So I can just punch a hole in here. I'm just going to put two of them together like that. And I'm going to cut a bit off of the bottom of each so they fit better. There we go. All right, now I have some string. That I'm going to put through these holes here. There we go. And then I'm going to tape those into position. There we go. All right, so there's the inside of it. I'm going to fold up the sides and then fold up here. There we go. And I'm just going to shove it in my little box. All right, and then I'm going to punch a hole in this one. And I'm going to put some string on here as well. Now I might stamp something that I'll probably stamp something that says happy birthday and add it onto this. This would be nice for a grad. It would be nice. So I'm just going to put that on like that. I'm going to cut a bit off the bottom here and put that on. So I think I'll put yay and then it's your birthday or something on here for that. And then I don't know where I put that other tag. I know I put them somewhere. But what you can do is take one of the tags. I'll have to find it. And choose the lined part. And put it on here. And then this is where you can do your personal message. Okay? And then slide that in. And there we go. There's Brooklyn's And there's Dylan, not Dylan's, Zayden's. Okay, so there we go. So that is the explosion, triangle explosion box. I think they're really cute. And I know the kids will like them. Yes, she is growing up. Alrighty, there we go. That's the end for our National Scrapbooking Day. National Scrapbook Day. So we did 3 projects, and there are 2 kits available. Now the one kit, we're going to change up the magnets. So you can order the Kaleidoscope album, but we're going to reorder magnets and switch those out, okay? So you won't get it right away. All right. Well, that was a great day. Thanks for joining me. I see a lot of you watched all 3 of them. And you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.